Good morning and welcome to Japan. I am going to be here for 2 weeks and I'm exploring 5 different cities this time. The first stop is Tokyo, one of my favorite cities in the world, if not my favorite. It's good to be here. No real plans. I'm just going to go for basically a very long walk, take pictures, and then probably eat some ramen or something. First started on the little walk this morning, I was a little bit nervous that I just wouldn't find anything, but that's usually how the beginnings of these trips go. I'm like out of practice, out of the momentum, I guess. But then I just go out walking, and especially when it's a city like Tokyo and the lights this nice, you just find stuff. Ooh, that's a cool yellow car. 2 yellow cars. Bronco, I guess. I don't know anything about cars. Look at that. I know you know that Japan has a stereotype for politeness, but I was just framing up a shot across the street and a car that was pulling up to wait at a red light, they literally left a gap so that I could take a picture. I didn't even take a picture, but that wouldn't happen everywhere. I don't know how to make it come through across on video, but that is a tiny car. I am not that tall. Well, that's creepy. Anyway, this is the what's it called again? Daikanyama Tea Site. I think it's a bookstore basically. A lot of cool books in here, cool building, cool vibes if you like that kind of thing. Let's go in this one. They say they have art books in here. Folks, the jet lag is hitting me. I am running on not a lot of sleep in the last 48 hours. I'm gonna go find some ramen. That sounds pretty good. It is important, I'm reminding myself, to eat on these trips, because sometimes I get so caught up in the photography that I actually just don't really do a good job at eating and feeding myself and drinking water. It sounds a little bit ridiculous because a lot of people travel primarily for the food, but when it's just a photo trip like this, I don't really care about the food. It's not a food trip. I'll get some good food on this trip for sure, but I kind of have to force it a little bit. good. That was a big bowl of ramen. Guess how much that cost? Like all in. There's no tipping here. I don't know if there's sales tax, but it's included if so. It was 1,000 yen, which as of right now is $6.40. Crazy. Just crazy. Where am I going? Where am I going? Shibuya, I guess? Go to Shibuya, take some pictures. I'm feeling rejuvenated. Feeling better, feeling good. Chaos. It's not like the kind of place that I'm super comfortable doing photography. From like a composition and photos perspective, I'm fine in crowds like that. It's honestly kind of the easiest place to do street photography from that perspective. But I just wasn't seeing much. I kind of feel like I wasn't getting anything, but it's also kind of street photography, you know? Everything happens so fast. I haven't looked back through the pictures. Maybe I got something good. Towards the end, I was realizing that like if I hung out in the very small part of the crossing that had direct light, then maybe I'd get something interesting. I was looking for people who had like red sweaters. I don't know, just kind of seeing whatever caught my eye. So we'll see. Let's go on to other parts of Tokyo. It'd be cool to see that kind of place at night, but I think I'll go up to Shinjuku tonight instead, which is similar. That dude was just idling there at the stoplight on a pretty cool old Harley. I know nothing about motorcycles, it just seemed cool. And I caught his eye and smiled a little bit and kept walking, and then I like about faced, turned around and like was like, "Can I take your picture?" Hold up the camera. He's like, "Yeah." It was pretty cool. Had a little moment with him. I like taking pictures of people when the moment is right like that. It doesn't happen that often for me, but sometimes. You see that bathroom right there? It's if you've seen the movie Perfect Days, it's one of those bathrooms where the walls go from clear to opaque when you're in them. If you haven't seen the movie Perfect Days, I recommend it. It's very good. And it shows the sides of Tokyo that I like. Whoa, look at those houses. The architecture style just changes on a whim out here. That's crazy. trail. I walked all the way over to the Shinjuku Garden, and it's apparently closed at 4 p.m. So that's great. I thought that would have been a nice place for sunset, but well, not a big deal. I think basically I'm just gonna wander around and then go find some cool spots in Shinjuku when it's dark. That might be nice. And get dinner, go to bed, do it all again tomorrow. This is the line. All those people trying to get in there. No, thank you. Last time I was here, it was not like that at all. I wonder if it's like a religious event or something. day. 2 days in Tokyo done. First chapter of the trip done. Glad I got to explore a little more deeply here on my last trip to Japan, because it's definitely a city that's worth exploring. But for now, I'm gonna go somewhere a little bit colder. Looking a little blizzardy in the forecast. To get there, we've got to head to the bullet train. Colder here, the wind chill's like 25 or something Fahrenheit. I gotta bundle up. Small, but it's bigger than my room in Tokyo was. Okay, this is the weather we're dealing with. It's currently just above freezing with winds of 24, gusting to 45 miles an hour. And it looks like we're supposed to get a few inches of snow. That's windy. This might be hail, not snow. Look at this. I like that shot a lot as I was taking it, just kind of standing in the alley there. An old woman opened the door to her home and was like, huh? So, oh, hi. Oh, okay. So she was just wondering what I was doing just standing there for so long. But she didn't seem upset about it, I think. So, I don't know. Man, this just came out of nowhere. Just like, it'll hail for a while and then just stop and the sun comes out and then next thing you know it's just big hail bouncing off my face again. Adventures. Wow, that was the best coffee I've had in a while. Townsfolk coffee, if you're ever in Kanazawa, highly recommend. I had the key coffee beans from Kenya. Tasted like blood orange, like the tasting notes said. They were not wrong. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I think there's a pretty damn good chance that I'll be back there at some point in my next couple days here in Kanazawa. I was originally thinking I'd just kind of hang out in that coffee shop for a couple hours, do some writing, some journaling, some creative retreat kind of stuff. But the snow's coming down, so I figured I can do that another time when it turns to rain later. Just gonna go out for a wander. All these cute little birds up here. What are you doing, pigeons? What do you think you're doing? No matter where you go, there's pigeons. So look at this. Look at this little playground in the snow. That's pretty cute. We're in like this old historic samurai district kind of thing, and there's a sign for hot dog sandwiches. Ridiculous. I'd like to take a moment to thank my Patreon members who help make these trips and projects happen. On Patreon, I share monthly update videos that break down what I've shot, where I'm going next, and the thinking behind all of the decisions. I talk about things like how I used this trip as my annual creative retreat, the new camera that I just bought, and how the business side of things actually works. I also just shared the Lightroom preset that I used as a starting point for all of these Japan photos. If you want access to that process, the how and the why of everything that I do, there's a link in the description down below. I appreciate everyone who's joined over there already. Thanks again, and now back to Japan. It's actually really good. It's better than I expected. Headed to Kyoto in a few hours. Feeling pretty good. It's been a nice change of pace. A little more of a vacation, a little more relaxing. It's been good. Okay, headed to Kyoto. 20-minute walk to the station. I guess it's 20-minute walk to the station. And then bullet train to somewhere, wherever that line ends, and then the Thunderbird train to Kyoto, and then a 20-minute walk to my hotel. 2.5-ish, 3 hours? Faster than driving, apparently. Not that I have a car. That was much easier this time. Hopefully it works. In Tokyo, I had to have 2 tickets. She said I'm good with just 1. I've got to transfer in Tsuruga. and an assigned seat. Window seat, that's nice. Okay. Where do I go? And 5:10. That's pretty cute. Oh, that's lovely. Nice. Hello, Kyoto. We'll see what it's like. Maybe it's entirely Western tourists, but it is an entire city that people live in as well. So. I am feeling a little motion sick from the train. It was super warm and I'm a little overdressed. Just gonna chill for a bit. Lie down. Hopefully feel better soon. I'm enjoying Kyoto more than I thought I would. Who knew? Kind of like how I enjoyed Paris more than I thought I would. I guess being a travel hipster only gets you so far. If it's the kind of place where like the vibe is worth visiting, that's worth it to me. If it's the kind of place where there's like one touristy view, I don't know. But like cool vibey cities, just going like beyond the TikTok spots and seeing them if you want, that's feeling good. Like, look at this. It's just nice colors. Cool vibes. Cool vibes. I like it. Something about that yellow rain suit, workout fit, jumpsuit. I don't know. That one just, like, I had to take that picture. That one spoke to me. Whoa. That is a cool, old, very dusty car. And if you look closely, you can see maybe cat paw prints. Definitely some sort of animal. I don't know if they have raccoons here. Wow. And the light from this. Come on. Come on. What? Was actually really cool. Just expected it to be a small little temple, but there were apparently people in there, I guess, doing like a religious service or something. And chanting, I guess. Sounded cool. And I really liked that little display with the plants and flowers in there. I think probably took 20 or 30 shots of that, different angles, wide, tight, vertical, horizontal. Sure, I got something that I liked in there. Okay, that was insanely crowded. Not really my speed. So I know it's beautiful, I know it's iconic, I know I could probably get a cool picture there, but I pretty much immediately left. And I'm gonna go find somewhere else to explore. A little bit quieter, a little bit, I guess, off the beaten path. I don't know, whatever. Much better. Much. Is that there's some sort of mammal? Maybe a beaver or a muskrat? Man, sun feels good today. It's like 60 degrees. Way warmer than it has been. Made it to Onomichi. I don't know why I'm zipping that up. It's warm here actually. It's like 60-ish degrees right now. Feels warmer than that. Like, kind of regretting wearing wool socks, but I only packed one pair of non-wool socks for this trip because I expected it to be cold. And it was cold, but now it's warm. That's weather for you. Yeah, small little coastal town, and it's the start of the Shimanami Kaido cycling road, which goes over a bunch of bridges to a bunch of different islands. You can see someone down there about to do that, I guess. Maybe you start with a ferry, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not doing that on this trip. But I figured I would take one of my days of the 2 weeks and explore a smaller little town. I've heard this one's pretty cute, little seaside area. And there's like a hillside up there that's supposed to have some nice views and stuff. Thank you. These are really winding little alleys back here, but this is cool. I'm pretty sure I ended up on the Temple Walk, which is like the popular walk up through the hills, but I'll take it because otherwise I'm sure I would just get lost. steep though. I'm sweaty. Pretty cool though. That's crazy. Wow. That's pretty cool. I wondered if that would cost money to enter, but it doesn't look like it. I think you just go right over there. This was worth the hike up. It's stunning. The air is super, I thought it was smoky, but it turns out it's sand or dust from the Gobi Desert. So that's interesting. My God, it is beautiful here. It is worth the climb up. Or the ropeway if you want. Although I guess the ropeway probably doesn't allow you to be up here around sunrise or sunset, I think. I don't know what time it starts running. Maybe I'll take it down. Probably not. It's definitely a climb though. 500 feet straight up. Not sweating today because it's in the 40s, but working hard. I'm not in hiking shape this time of year. Okay, let's go see that platform again. Very random, but someone over there is playing Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars. Didn't expect to hear that up here. Wow. You've seen it already last night, but it feels different today. You know? Morning. supposed to be back here or not. I didn't cross any like barriers or see any signs, but it just feels like an industrial area. It's freaking cool though. I mean, in a weird sort of way. My photography's definitely changed over the years. I'm okay with that. Alright, I'm gonna get out of this area. Just in case I'm not supposed to be here. Decided to take the local train. It's like 10 bucks instead of 30 or 40. But it means that I've got a 30-minute layover at this platform. I didn't quite realize, but that's okay. It's nice outside. Other than some construction noise, it's pretty quiet here. It's sunny today. I do not know how to do this. We're trying. Doing, fish? This is like a big snuggle party? What is going on? That was a lot nicer than I expected for this time of year. Just a beautifully designed garden. It was heavy though. Some of the signs that I was reading was like such and such used to be here hundreds of years. It burnt in 1945. And then I see another sign. There was a shrine here. It burnt in 1945. Hard to imagine, man. Hard to imagine. I don't know if you can hear that, but my left boot has started squeaking in the last couple of days. I think I've worn this pair out. I love these Danner boots. They're like a perfect city nature hybrid shoe, and they work really well for travel anytime it's cold or rainy. I think I've gone through like 4 pairs of them over the last, I don't know, 8 years. I use them pretty hard. Just exploring random parts of Hiroshima now. I'd like to eventually make my way south down to like the port area. And my Google Maps walking directions just had me walking along a main road the whole way, but there's a big long park just off the, wow, look at this. That's crazy. There's this big long park just a couple streets away, so I decided to do that. Man, there's got to be a photo here somewhere. That's cool. Looks like some sort of wasp. Okay, just go quickly. Okay, didn't die. That's nice. Wow. Working? Arigatou gozaimasu. I never know what I'm doing here, but I always figure it out. Okay, that was worth the tram ride. It was a long walk, and my legs are tired. But now I'm down here to walk around. What's it called? Hold please. To walk around the Ujina Island, I guess. There. That way. I don't really know much about it. I just saw it on the map and it was like mostly green space, like park. And when I clicked on a few of the spots around there, there's like some beaches and some views and stuff, and I don't think it's like a common side trip from Hiroshima. I mean, it's in Hiroshima, it's just like at the southern end, so it might not be worth it, but it might be a little hidden gem. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know if you can hear that, but the sound of styrofoam squeaking on itself It just absolutely sends shivers down my spine. It's one of my least favorite sounds in the world. Do not like. Oh man, this is nice. Do you know this word? I think it's kind of like a made-up word, neologism, I believe. Sonder. I heard about it a while ago, but it's something like the realization that like every single person that you encounter, every stranger, like their life is as like central and rich and like complex and filled with like goals and love and anxiety as your own. Like that truck driver. It sounds dumb, it sounds obvious, but like it's not something that I think about constantly, right? Like I'm the main character of my own story, like you are. And then every once in a while I just have this realization that like, oh wow, like that person right there, like they have that too. They get to also like live a rich inner life. And like, what are they thinking? Like, what's that man who just walked past me thinking? What's this crazy tourist talking to? You know, like, of course all these people are not just like extras for my travel experience to Japan, but at the same time, like, I'm not walking around like fully knowing that every minute of every day. Every once in a while you just like, whoa, have that realization. It makes me glad that there's a word for it, because then I know that it's not just me. Anyway, travel helps me realize that. And like, when I leave, when I go back to the US in a few days, all these people will still be here. Duh, but pretty cool. Anyway. These freaking shoes, man. Wow. That's really nice. Holy cow. It's nice that I'm shooting digital on this trip. As much as I love film, and I'm planning to shoot a lot more film, when I'm somewhere like this and I'm just excited because everything's new and I'm taking so many pictures, I would run out of money and or film too quickly. There's a time and a place for both, I think. But I will be shooting a lot more film soon. Might have bought another film camera as well.